Okay, guys and girls, welcome back to FTRL. We are here for week number 2 of our returning GT2 season. Apologies for the delay in the start of the stream. Kitten duties and adult duties, boring stuff. But I appreciate all of your patience. Right, we are here for week number 2 of this 6-week championship in the Suzuki Swift Group 4 cars at the very famous Brands Hatch GP circuit. Joining me is my my little sidekick that we had last week, and hopefully I'm going to drag him here every single week this season. It is FTRL Panda / Will. Good evening, mate.
Good evening.
How are we, alright?
Yeah, good. You managed to drag me out again, so fair play.
I have. I'm just going to turn you up to make sure that everyone can hear you. Can everybody let us know if the balance of sound is okay, everything's all good on that front? That would be mucho appreciated. So, let's nip in and check in with the standings. We've got a few absentees tonight, only 12 people racing. We've got a couple of people away with work. We've got a couple of the lads, which is Dusty, Fossil and Joker, who are both unavailable due to another racing commitment for the evening. So we've also got Matt Man, unfortunately working. Bread is unfortunately, apparently he's got the runs. He's got a bit of a squirty bum. So if we can all wish him well in the chat. And somebody else is missing. Nexus Cats, there we go. He's also missing. So we do have a new driver on the grid. You'll be familiar with him. It's FTRL Blue Flag. He's done some interestingly inconsistent performances in GT1. And he's now dropped down to GT2 to try and get his rhythm back, his mojo back. So we'll see how that one goes. We do have Bredley 456, which is not the Bread as you know him. It's actually Mr. Goy Carp. So
It is.
if we have a returning Carp, Goy Carp for the first time in a long time is at an FTRL race. So, interesting stuff. Will, what we're going to expect at Brands Hatch? You've been here recently in person with myself.
Yeah.
So you've actual experience of it.
I have been there. It's a very, very tricky little circuit, to be fair. There's a lot of corners where you get it a tiny bit wrong, and you don't just end up in the gravel. You can end up like miles away in a different field. So I'd expect to see quite a lot of action turn 1 as people try and brake for that corner, and then also around those tricky little corners in the last sector.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's only a 5-minute qualifying session, so there's not a lot of opportunity for people maybe to get 3 laps in. I think, if I'm honest, it's going to be anything. If anybody gets under a 1:29.0, it's probably going to be pole position.
You reckon?
So or very close to it. So we've got Lennon currently the first one to come out and complete a lap. SBY's in the chat, also I'll engage with the chat in just a moment. Lennon's first lap of the evening is a 1:29.5. So Jonesy's going to be next, 1:30.1. Mikey, weirdly, has beaten somebody in qualifying so far, 1:29.9. Lennon's still currently on pole by 2.5 tenths. So who's coming round to start a lap? Let's have a look. Let's go on board with FTRL Blue Flag. So you've got Paddock Hill Bend, the first corner, which is a very awkward corner. We're going to see a lot of offs here tonight. You have to start out wide and then cut across to hit the inside apex and kind of coast the car down before getting on the throttle. Very easy to get that wrong. You've got Druids up here at turn 2, and then downhill to Graham Hill Bend, which you're going to run up on this kind of outside curb quite a lot. Try and take as much speed through as you can.
So we've just got a Bread in the chat who's wishing Bredley well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he says go on, Bredley. Fair.
So
respected.
Coming down the back straight into Hawthorns, which again is a long sort of uphill right-hander, very easy to kind of throw you off track a little bit there. Then you've got a couple of bumpy right-handers as you come downhill, and up the other side to Sheen Curve, which I think will be the other place where people will go off. It's actually quite a tight little curve here.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
If you dip the wheels on the outside, you're almost certainly going to end up in the gravel or on the grass. As Blue Flag's come around, he's still purple. He's looking likely he might be going on pole here, or provisional pole, should I say, into the final corner.
Tidy.
On the throttle, on the throttle, should I say?
Nice.
It's been a long day. Up to the line, blue flag. He gets Lennon by 600ths of a second. So not long.
It's very, very tight at the top as expected.
Yeah, we also have Zombie making an appearance. So he wasn't able to race last week, so he's making his GT7 debut in FTRL. He's wanted to do it for a very long time.
Pagani seems to believe that we might actually be joined by a Joker and Dusty for race 3, so we will see.
Oh, interesting. Well, let's see.
How that unfolds, you never know.
Yeah, well, speaking of Joker, he's actually currently the championship leader by 4 points to FTRL Switchback, who's currently sat in P4 of this session. So he's 4 points clear of him, but obviously he's going to take a big points hit tonight by missing the first couple of races at least. Prototype Steph is in 3rd place in the championship, and he's currently 3rd in qualifying here as well on his final lap. Jonesy is in P4 in the championship, and Dusty Fossil rounds off the top 5. The championship standings are very, very close indeed. So still a long way to go, and it's only 1 point per position. So Goy Karp is currently in P10, so he's going quite well.
Yeah, he has got his hazards on now, I think, which is fair enough.
That's the end of qualifying, I believe. I think there's only one or two left. Blue flag being one of them. Let's see if he can. There's Prototype Steph has taken a pole, 29.3. Let's see if a blue flag can get pole position away from him. I'm not sure if he's going to. He's not. There's only one more car that can potentially trouble him. Somebody's weaving across the line. It's Nobby Norris. Lennon said,
a tiny little bit of a surprise there that blue flag's not clinch pole.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
good lap from Steph.
Indeed, indeed. Right, well, if everybody can do me a favour, like the stream. Apologies for the delay, like I said, life happens. I know a few of the drivers are getting a bit impatient as my kitten's currently playing with a toy behind me, so apologies for any noise that you might hear in the background, but such is life. But
any cat-related behaviour.
Yeah, well, Nobby Norris, like Lee has quite rightly mentioned in the chat, picked up his first ever win last week in Monza in race 3. So round number 4 of the championship is about to get underway in just a few seconds. Will, who's your pick for the race win? Everybody else get them in the chat. We'll get those read out. Good evening to Unsafe Release, Zom, Pagani, SBY. Bread's actually in the chat, so he's probably watching from the toilet. Get your predictions in. Let us know who you think, and also like the stream while you're there. Muchas gracias. Who are you going to go for, Will?
I'm just going to be boring. I'm going to say blue flag.
I think Steph's going to win.
Do you?
I think Goy's jump started. He didn't know.
Oh no.
Unless it was intentional. But as they head down towards turn 1, blue flag is going to try and go around it, switch back up the inside in towards Druids. Steph covers him off well. Blue flag's got a history of punting people at this corner, hasn't he, Will?
Yep. He does indeed. I made sure to stay well away from him as we went up there and when we did go to Brandt.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going board with Lennon, who's behind the front 2. This blue flag looking very aggressive on the first lap, exactly like you'd expect. But everybody's going okay so far. Callum's had a bit of a moment. Not the best start for Callum here, but still, 3 races to go. Plenty of time indeed.
Yeah, I mean, let's get it all tasty at the front there as sidewall to the outside.
Yep. Well, these two go back. I think these two have known each other since their childhoods, Prototype Steph and Blue Flag. So there'll probably be a little bit of competitive needle between the two. Somebody's had a big old slide in the background. Not too sure who that was. I think it was Nobby Norris. No, it was Mikey. Shot. Probably should have been my first guess. Ross in the chat. Shredded Wheat versus Frosties for the lead at the moment.
It's got to be Frosties.
Yeah. Goy Karp still recovering from his earlier mishap, but plenty of time to go. There will be some offs this evening. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Blue flag to the outside. Steph needs to hold the inside apex. She does nicely. Lennon's looking racy.
What we have to remember, I guess, is that quite a lot of the other people that were fairly solid at Monza, they had driven that track a lot in F1, and quite a lot of the newer people here have driven F1, not GT, whereas this track is definitely not on F1.
That is very true.
So this will be a very new experience for some of these people.
Well, we've got most of the grid together at this point. So, like I said, Goykarp, was down on here, obviously, is Bredley. You know, it'll be his first race back, so there might be a few bumps in the road along the way. But
Yeah, I think when you've been dropped like that, you just got to concentrate on hitting lap times, and that should close you back up.
Yep, blue flag around the outside of prototype Steph. Oh, what a move!
Beautiful.
There we go.
That's the first time I've seen him overtake anyone in years.
Where's that been for the past 3 years?
Sorry, he'll now be defending.
Absolutely right. Well, Lennon's also there's a bit of a gap back to Switchback, who's got past, I believe, Jonesy. I think he's made an error somewhere. Zom and Andy currently. Andy going well on P6. Forgot to mention that. Apologies, Andy. Not to make him too angry. Zom going well on P5. Zom actually picked up 2 of 3 race wins at Brands Hatch last time there was a GT2. As Andy goes for a switchback onto the main straight, he's going to have the inside line down into turn 1. Bit of racecraft from Andy. This is what we like to see. He just thinks better of it.
Yeah, he decides not to punt him into the gravel, so fair play.
Yeah, decides not to go wheel to wheel with Zom for a fast corner, which is probably advisable.
Very respectful.
Yeah, Nobby Norris still going well. Mike there, and so is Zombie. Sticking to the back of the pack. Very well, he's got purple in the first sector. Nice,
Absolutely.
consistent from the new man.
I feel like you can see the sort of age difference in the grid here based on the livery choice. So we've got like Shredded Wheat up top, obviously a little bit older than some of the other guys, and then we've got sort of Domino's and Greg's, sort of like the younger generation.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
and we've also got Toys R Us at the back, which is probably alarming.
Yeah.
And
I tried not to mention that one, but you know.
Colonel Carp in P11, big fan of the chicken.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not so sure what that is on Zombie's car, but we're going to roll with it anyway. But he's going well. Mikey, solid P9. See if he can make any positions up as the race goes on. Nobby still going strong, but this is pretty close up front. His blue flag's gone off. There he is. That's the blue flag we know.
There we go.
He's gone off and immediately rejoined in a defensive position. So nothing has changed.
I think blue flag does have a few more tenths a lap on the guys around him. It's just can he use it? That's going to be the big thing.
Yeah, 29.
I mean, Steph's harrying him, so not at the minute.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Good to see though. This little
Absolutely.
pack of 3 at the front. Don't write Lennon out of this either. And Switchback thinks he's better than the rest of the field, so it'd be interesting to see how far he can make it through. Andy and Zom still going hammer and tong. That was kind of lyrical. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Some appreciation in the chat would be, you know.
Yeah.
It needs to be there.
I think Zom's sneak livery is probably my favourite out of the bunch. I do like it.
Yeah, no, it is nice. I mean, Colonel Carp is legendary.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, there's some nice liveries. There's also some real weird choice liveries, but
as
Steph ran the outside. Oh, Size ushered him off. There we go. This is what we expect to see from a blue flag race.
Oh, Steph's punted him, but he's alright. He's still on the road. And again,
give him a taste of his own medicine. There we go. The thing, if you look at the map, Will, in the top right corner, and just see the queue of people, you just know that blue flag's at the front of it. That's the thing. It was the same in GT1. Anytime he was there.
I think he has genuinely got a couple more attempts. Like, if he just drives around normally, he might actually do it.
Oh, he definitely has.
Lennon, oh my God, Lennon sent it. Here he goes.
Oh, he's managed to keep it pinned.
That was quite tidy, that.
Yeah, well, Steph's going to have a go back at him, though. I don't want to fight too much and let blue flag get away. But is Lennon going to hold this? Because if he is, he's going to have the inside and for turn 3. Very good driving. Enjoyed that a lot. Switch back from Steph. Don't let blue flag get away.
That was good, that.
I enjoyed it.
Like a move you'd actually see in touring cars.
I know.
Oh, hang on.
This is like a support race for touring cars, this, isn't it? As Jonesy goes up the inside of Andy.
Did he punt him or did he get through?
No, I think it was all clean.
Oh, fair play.
Blue flag's now got a bit of a gap. Not a massive gap, but a bit of a gap. Mikey's got past Nobby Norris, has made a bit of an error, and Zombie's dropped back slightly. Callum has managed to get past Goy, so some teething issues, but nothing that can't be fixed. Blue Flag's got a 1.6 second gap. Let's see how much of his own head he gets in here. And the rest
Should
of
be alright now, really.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, unsafe release in the chat has just put, gotta be honest with you, all of my time racing on FTRL GT Sport, I hated racing against Si the most, Blue Flag. And I think he shares that opinion with basically the rest of the FTRL community. There's no offence, a good friend of mine, Simon, but he's a pain in the backside to race against. Is he going to go, oh, look like he went a bit deep at turn 1 there.
Did set a 29-1 last lap, though. It's good luck.
Well, remember that race 2 will be determined by a random wheel generator.
Just leave me out of this.
The trouble is I can't say wheel and wheel. To me that sounds
Wheel.
different. Yeah, wheel. Wheel and wheel. It's fine.
Yeah.
Lennon's given Steph a little kiss through the corner and just taking their position anyway. What, they need to work together here. Blue Flag, 2.5 second gap. Switchback still there, confident of beating the rest of the field.
He'll get there, mate.
He believes he's that good.
He'll get there.
In his head he's thinking, oh God, I'm just holding me up so much here. I'm faster than all of these. I think, just to actually quote FTRL Switchback, he's about 2/10 away from Pagani's pace in GT1.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, rough. I mean, give or take, the odd
Track
100th.
dependent, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close. It's a close thing.
Yeah. And Zom's here as well. Don't write off a Zom lunge from 50 metres back. We love a Zom.
Side action. Mikey and Jonesy.
Oh, that's the battle we all want to see. Push him off, Jonesy.
Mikey making moves. Go on.
Look at Mike being remotely aggressive on Gran Turismo. This is exciting. Nobby Norris and Callum are close together. Zombie's made a bit of an error. And Goy Carp stalks his Oh, sorry, Goy.
Oh, what have you done?
Nothing.
Oh.
So Blue Flag looks to have this one in the bag. But don't be alarmed, people. Don't be alarmed. He's just not currently in a battle, and he's got to get through the field in the next races. So all fun and games that'll be.
Absolutely.
Well, we're halfway through race number 1. We have a top 8 within 6.5 seconds of the race lead. Matt Man's in the chat. Good evening, Matt. It's a shame you're not here on track, mate. But
Good evening, Matt.
we have a intense battle for P9. Remember that race number 2, the grid will be reversed from somewhere between 6th and 10th. So this battle between Callum and Nobby could prove all important. You never know. Mattman, if you're home, you are welcome to join race 2 or 3 if you're there in time, my good friend. Yeah, Blue Flag, he's looking quick. 29 flat, fastest lap of the race. He's in a rhythm. He's in a rhythm.
Jonesy's been making steady progress. Past Mike, he's now past Andy. He's now got Zom up ahead.
Andy going well. That's what we like to see. Oh, he's getting fruity.
It's a long way around the outside of that corner.
Yeah.
It seems to take ages. If you do get around the outside, then you do have the inside for the next one. So
on board in the car with Andy. Oh, Jones had a big slide.
Oh.
Andy through. Send it, Andy.
Go on.
That's what we like. Got himself through. Watching Jones.
Pagani's now hungry.
He'll have a block of cheese or something.
Yeah, a big block of cheese, yeah. Middle up.
Zom's got some good speed, I must admit. So he's and Lennon is pulled a bit of a gap to Steph as well. So
yeah, 29.4 is a good lap there from Lennon.
It is.
Time out. And he's going quicker again this time.
Good to see Andy driving well. This is what we like. Go and check
GT2 is a lot more calm and collected than I first thought it was going to be.
Yep.
It's very
Can
impressive.
confirm Callum has dropped back a bit from his battle with Nobbies. He must have gone off somewhere. Very easy to make mistakes around this track, so these guys at the back, don't be alarmed. Go and lick a stale what's it, Mr. Taylor. I mean, Callum is racing at the moment.
As Andy goes for the switchback on Zom.
Well, here we go.
Didn't quite make it. Good defensive driving.
Yeah, frustrating night for Andy so far. He's not been able to get past Zom, who's driven well, to be fair to him. And he's going to take the long way round and try and get a good run onto the back straight. He's definitely got the run. Can he do anything with it? Zom's going to go defensive, and he's going to have to go the long way round. If I know Andy, he'll probably lift.
It's a very scary corner to go around the outside there. Terrifying.
Oh, it's a lovely move by Andy. Up the inside, lovely little switch back. Zom's going to turn into him even though he's there.
The old trick.
Andy covers him off well. Zom going to dive straight back up the inside. Of course he is. It's Zom.
Absolutely.
Who are we kidding? Andy just needs to hold position here if he can. Not go too deep. As Jonesy's going to force his way through. There we go. This is what we paid to see.
Absolutely. Here we go. 3 wide. Go on.
Send it, Andy. Yes, here we go.
Andy goes up the inside.
Oh, look at this. Proper action. Zom is absolutely outraged he's not at the front of this 3-car battle. He's going to send this. I'll put money on it. I'll put absolute money on it. Here he goes. No. Here he goes. Oh. Oh, it's juicy.
I mean, they're all still on the track.
Oh, this is what we like. Proper racing. Andy with a big switch back. Zom's going to tag him.
Yeah. Zom's still there. Zom hasn't thought, oh, maybe I've tagged him a few times, I might back out here. He's like, nah.
Oh, I'm going to politely ask my cat to stop biting my ankle, please. Thank you. Oh, that really hurt. Oh, sorry, I just kicked the kitten in the face. Sorry. Right, we move.
All drama at the Taylor household.
Yeah, blue flag, 4.5 seconds clear. Don't worry, he'll bottle it in race 2 and 3. We know him.
For all that, Jonesy has got through, so he's now in P5.
Yeah, and he's...
and Andy's got through, so Tom's now lost 2 places, unfortunately.
Yep. This would be one to watch for the last 5 laps of the race. And we have a battle for P10. Zombie and Callum within half a second of one another. Both doing well, to be honest. Everyone going well. No one's drastically far behind or, you know, anything too extravagant.
Absolutely.
Remember, this is an introductory season for these guys, so, you know, we're going to kind of feed them into the whole GT7 setup for next season, integrate it with GT1 somehow. Loads of fun ideas. This 6-week season is just to get them racing, used to the game, etc, etc. But make no mistake, these guys will want to win. As Lennon's got a half-second penalty.
Yeah, just about to say that. It's going to put them very close to Steph as we go into the last few laps.
To be fair, it's been a really good race. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, it has. You always get some nice racing in the brand. It's always fun.
Pagani saying, is Mikey going to be on pole? Jonesy with a big slide again. That Domino's pizza car is annoyingly nice.
Yeah, well, there's a Porsche in the the Super Cup or the Porsche Sprint Challenge, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it has a Domino's livery.
Yeah,
Carrera Cup has it. Always a big fan of that. Jonesy's taking inspiration from
it looks annoyingly nice.
Brands.
Yeah,
and he's gone for it. He sent it. See, I bet what Switchback's thinking here. If he was just 10 seconds ahead, he'd be challenging Cypher.
Yeah, it's very true. Switchback's probably thinking if he was just 2/10 a lap quicker.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah, if he just, you know, I mean, to be fair, he'll probably say afterwards that Pagani wouldn't have won this race.
No.
So, and he would have just been behind him.
Yeah, just a little bit, about 4 seconds off or something overall.
2/10 a lap, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Because
Steph and Lennon, they're really going for this. Has been a good scrap. I've really enjoyed this race.
No, it's been really good.
That little that little three-way battle between Jonesy, Andy and Zom. It's been a very good watch. Hopefully the guys have enjoyed it. I'm sure to racing it's probably felt a bit bumpy and whatnot, but when they watch this back, they'll hopefully see how much of a good little scrap this was.
Unsafe in the chat going Zach with Pagani pace in P4, absolutely smashing it. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's going strong, mate.
Is it weird that I'm watching this race? Obviously, we go to the British Touring Cars fairly regularly, two or three times a year as a group. Is it weird that I could kind of see this sort of race happening at like Brands Hatch, like with some of these liveries, like a Napa livery, a Domino's livery, all of that kind of thing? It just kind of almost looks right.
Nearly, yeah. There's a few outliers in there, and there, you know, Toys R Us, and I'm not sure a sort
just
of
generally Mike as well.
Yeah.
It's
just I'm not sure a sort of closed down toy retailer is going to be sponsoring a touring car, but you know.
I mean, you don't know. That could have been what he closed down for, to save all of his money to sponsor Callum. It's like a bigger Clio Cup, Pagani said. That's about right. That.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know. Is Callum going to be expensive to sponsor? Or is he quite cheap?
Oh! Blue flag bottled it. He's 1 second ahead. There we go. There we go. I told you all not to worry.
So Lennon and Steph now should work together, close that gap, and make it interesting.
The breeding difficulties Blue Flag's probably going for at the moment is astronomical. For those that have no experience of Blue Flag whilst he's racing, it makes all sorts of grunts and holding of his breath and all sorts of stuff. You know, it's like after every single race we tell him to hang his head out the window just so we can get a level of oxygen to his head. So the fact he's made a mistake and almost bottled this race win is I can almost imagine how this sounds in the party chat right now. But
yeah, how I'd describe it is a really unsatisfying ASMR video.
Yeah, true.
That's what I'd go for. Really not relaxing.
You know that sort of awkward, straining feeling. You know, like when you're at Christmas or something, and you get your granddad or someone like an older relative that's kind of let one slip out without realising, and it's just kind of gassed the whole room, and you all kind of sit there and have to, you know, cover your nose a little bit and hold your breath kind of under the radar. That's what Blue Flag kind of does permanently. That exact feeling I think he feels.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but he's going well. I mean, I think Leonard and Steph have been glued to each other all race. These guys, I think if they were able to work together for a lap or something, they might get themselves close-ish. A little bit of a push down the back straight and whatnot, but really it's only 1 point per position, so it's not the end of the world, you know.
If they just hold where they are. Andy has somehow got past Jonesy somewhere.
There we go.
So Andy's in 5th place, Jonesy's in 6th, Zombie's in 7th, Mikey's still in 8th, fair play. Nobby Norris coming in 9th. Zombie's quite a bit further behind, about 10 seconds back from Nobby Norris still. Cal then comes home in 11th, and Goy's still going in 12th place, about 5 seconds off the back of Cal.
Yeah, it's a difficult track, Branzach. There should be no reason for anybody to be disheartened or anything like this. You know, it's very, very easy. We've seen all sorts of bottles, even in GT1 at Branzach. It's not an easy track to go fast at consistently. So Blue Flag's managed to extend his gap to 1.3 seconds. Again, Lennon and Steph, I think, are just preoccupied with one another. It's bragging rights here. This is like a sort of championship battle, I think. These two will be the sort of drivers up there towards the end of the season fighting for the championship title. So early bragging rights as Lennon's going to try and cut back downhill up towards Druids on the final lap of the race. Steph goes defensive, Lennon switches to the outside. Is he going to run deep and allow Lennon through? No, he's not. Holds it well. Blue Flag 2 seconds clear. It's his race to lose for at this point. Switch back.
I think he's been a bit fortunate to switch back. There's been so much fighting behind him because he has been losing quite a bit of time steadily now to Andy behind.
Yeah, Andy's going really well in P5.
Yeah, he is.
And Jonesy in
gap
P6.
was about 3 seconds. And that's 1.6 now.
Yeah, Mikey slightly off track. Nobby Norris.
Jonesy gets a terrible run. He's going to leave himself open to Zom.
Either Nobby's had a very, very good second half of the race, or Mike's had a couple of moments. Yeah, he's got a 1:34 lap time in there. A couple of, Nobby's made significant time on him. As we're going to see.
Reckons that Zach's killed his tyre again, Darren.
Yeah, blue flags passed almost the final test.
Oh, Stefan Lennon.
Oh, this
side
is
by
close.
side.
Yeah, Steph keeps it on the apex. He looks favourite to get P2. Is blue flag going to be favourite into the gravel? Or is he going to be sensible? No, he's sensible. Picks up the win. This will do him the world of good. Good drive from blue flag. Very well done. Stefan Lennon, what a scrap that was. What a race. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Look how close Zach's got there at the end. Andy's really close.
That's a hell of a drive from Andy, that. Very, very impressed. Switchback 4th, Andy in 5th, Jonesy P6, Zom down in 7th. He won't be too pleased with that. We've got Mikey coming home in P8. Nobby Norris comes home in P9. A couple of mistakes, but he would have been right up there with the rest of the field. Zombie in P10. Good result for Zombie. Finishes in the top 10 in his first race. And then Callum and Mr. Goykarp will round off the grid. I suppose I better pull up the random wheel generator.
There you go. Yeah, I'd be interested to watch Zach's steering inputs. I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Yeah, it's like his. Remember when Lee Cole used to drive with his D-pad on his controller? I think
God.
I think weirdly he's on a racing wheel now, and I think he still does use his D-pad on the wheel. Right, I'm gonna spin you.
Go on then.
And we're gonna see. It's going to be somewhere between 6th and 10th. So if we pull up the race results, I'm going to save this. I need to swear at me, Mr. Lee Cole. That's only a matter of fact. Results. So somewhere between Jonesy, Zom, Mikey, Nobby Norris and Zombie. One of them are going to be on pole position for the next race. Right. It is P8. It's Mikey.
It's always meant to be.
Yep. I will also pop that into the Discord just as proof. Anybody thinking it's fixed or anything of the sort. So what all we will do...
if it was fixed, would anyone be choosing Mikey on pole, or would we go for someone else? What do you reckon?
I probably wouldn't pick Mike. There we go. I'll put it in the chat as well for everybody to see. Mikey is on pole. Oh my word. Right, I'm going to change the settings round. So there's no qualifying. The grid's going to be set by host. Change the event settings. So yeah, well, in the interlude, we can mention that tomorrow evening we will be racing back in GT1, where we are at the Nürburgring tomorrow. So we are doing the sprint version of the Nürburgring, which has never been driven before. It's a new layout on Gran Turismo, and then we'll be doing, so that's for the Group 4 race, and then the Group 3 race will be around the GP circuit, so the Grand Prix circuit of the Nürburgring once again. So Mr. T. Smith is looking incredibly fast. There's also the possibility of some wet weather at the Nürburgring, so there's lots of possibilities, and yeah, a lot of, well, there's one thing that is for sure, Mr. Smith's probably going to win. But nevertheless, we'll all give it a go. I'm sure to finish in third. If you're going down the bookies at any point between tonight and tomorrow, please do feel free to put as much money as you want on me to finish third at some point tomorrow. So, right, I need the reverse grid. So it is Mikey on pole. Blue flag's going to be down in P8. Zom finished in 7th, so he's going to start 2nd place. Then it was Jonesy, I believe.
It was.
Then Andy.
Yeah.
Then Lennon, then Steph.
No, you missed a switchback.
Oh yeah, that's easy to do.
Yeah. To be fair, you'd have expected him higher up the grid. That's
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So, blue flag. And then Nobby was 9th, I believe. Yeah, Nobby was
Yes.
9th.
Zombie,
We're missing someone.
Goy. Who else have we got?
Zombies needs to just get in his car.
Yeah, he's new. We probably don't know.
Just tell him to press the green enter button. And what I'm also going to do. Okay. Starting grid. So Zombie was P10, wasn't he? There we go. Oh, Dylan's in the chat. Good evening, Dylan. Please buy the game as soon as you can. So Mikey on pole, Bizarre in second, Jonesy in third place, Andy in P4, Switchback in P5, favourite for the race of course, Leonard in P6, Steph in P7, Blue Flag down in P8, that'll be comedy gold, Nobby in P9, Zombie in P10, Callum in 11th, Mr. Goykarp in 12th, and I'm just going to let Mikey know that we are all, in fact, watching. Give everyone a 1 minute warning before we get going for race number 2. Will, who's your pick? It's difficult. Get your predictions in the chat as well. Don't be safe. Don't be boring.
Andy.
Andy for the win.
Yes, why not?
Oh, I think. I mean, it's hard to look past Switchback. Always the favourite.
Yeah, it's just you know.
Oh, it's difficult. This is Zom's good. I'd love. Pagani thinks Andy's going to win. Dylan thinks either Callum or Lennon. So 2 ends of the scale there. I think Jonesy's going to win this. It's either Zom or Jonesy. I'd like Mike to win it, of course, but anyway, let's get going.
Dylan reckons he's been to Brands, yeah. I reckon so.
Yeah, he definitely has. Dylan also decided to put his tent up in front of at the back of Dylan's car, right by his exhaust. So in the morning when Callum turned his car on, it just absolutely choked him out. So that tells you all you need to know about Dylan. Right, see if Goykarp's going to jump start again. Getting ready for race number 2 of the evening. Round number 5 of the championship. As we go 3, 4, 5 red lights at Brands Hatch. And away we go. Oh, that's a bad start from Mike.
Yeah, he's gone left.
Yeah, he's gone the wrong way. Zom is going to go around the outside at turn 1. Is there going to be a bit of knocking, a bit of rubbing? Mikey retains the lead. His car's swinging about all over the place. Any dive bombs? Andy up the inside of Jonesy into an early P3.
Steph's tagged Zach there, but they're still okay. Size off in the background.
Oh, blue flag's off. He's bottled it already. Switch back round the outside of Jonesy, who's giving him a little love tap. And he's looking racy already. He's going to reignite his battle with Zom as Mikey hangs on to the lead. Zom in P2, Andy in P3, Jonesy dropped down to P4. Steph's already got past Lennon in the battle for P5 there. Switchback obviously being held up by the rest of the field. Nobby Norris in P8, blue flag down in P9. He's gone backwards off the start. And Callum, Zombie and Goy are all there together.
Overall, that was a pretty clean start.
Yeah. I've been pleasantly surprised overall, to be honest. I really thought there was going to be more carnage just all the time in this division, but there's blue flag up the inside of Nobby Norris. Dirty move. Poor move from blue flag. Because Mikey's making a run for it.
Yeah, he's going.
He must have some slipstream from something in front of him.
Nos.
Mikey, can he contain himself? Oh, he's gone very deep at turn 1.
Yes. Not a brilliant
Oh,
corner
he's
from Mikey.
touched the gravel. Zom's halved the gap.
In the background, switchback sending it on Lennon. Here he goes. Nice
Oh,
little
here we
tap.
go.
Out the
Nice,
way. Good
nice
lad.
bang. Away you go.
Through you go, mate. Go on.
Oh, I think, to be fair, I think he just conceded position back.
He has, yeah.
It's uncharacteristic from switchback. Not the contact, the letting him back through.
That'll have rattled him now.
Oh, Zom making a move for the lead. Mike's dream is over already.
Don't know where that came from. He was 7/10 ahead last time I checked.
Oh, Mike's just pulled out to let Zom know that he's still there. Interesting strategy from Mike. Andy going well. Prototype Steph is on the hunt as well. Oh, Mike, there he goes. Oh, Lennon. Oh, my God.
Why is he going that way?
Oh, Mike, for God's sake. It's only lap 2.
Lennon took such an interesting way round Mikey there.
Oh, Mike's parked himself in front of the quickest car on track.
He's not going to like that.
No. For God's sake, Mike.
So oh, that is messy behind him now as well.
Lap 2 in the gravel, a new record, everyone's saying. And he's in the gravel.
Oh, and Mikey's been punted by blue flag. I think.
You think? Oh no, it was Jonesy. Jonesy's waiting.
Never mind, it was Jonesy. Go on, blue flag.
Blame blue flag anyway. Callum's up to P8, looking at Nobby Norris. Goykarp in P10.
I just think every time you go around that corner that you're going to punt someone. So, my bad.
Yes, fair enough. Oh, Steph all over the back of Andy. Oh, dives up the inside. Wasn't really the gap, but he's made it anyway.
It's given Zom about a second lead up now.
Andy won't be too pleased with that, but Steph hungry for the win. Tottenham don't win much, so Steph needs to try and right all their wrongs.
Pagani said Jonesy's going for race 3 pole.
Yeah.
I respect it.
maybe Mike thinks he's got a better chance in race 3. I think that's probably why he's conceded all those places on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm very impressed by Andy this week. He's kind of showing within just a week. Oh, he's returned the favour back on Steph. It's all getting a bit fruity. There we go. This is what we want from GT2. Lennon's now in the mix. These guys need to work together though. It's only lap 3 and Zom is getting away. And Zom will send it on air if he has to.
Oh.
Oh, Dusty Fossil was joined for race 3. I imagine Joker will shortly follow. So we'll have 14 for race 3. Callum and Zombie going well. Goykarp going well. Yeah, Zom up to 1.6. Driving well. Oh, Steph's not had the best run. And he's going to have a sniff. I wouldn't say he's probably close enough, but... Good evening to all in the chat. Please do like and support the stream in the best way you possibly can. Much appreciated. Much appreciated indeed. It's been a good evening of racing, to be honest. I'm sure the guys will enjoy watching this back.
It's good. Pagani has mentioned that Zom is sneaking away.
He is.
Very good.
Sneaky, sneaky, sir.
We have to take a while thinking of that one.
And Joker's in the lobby as well. So, what was the championship leader before the start of play this evening, he's now come in to try and take as many points as he can in race 3. It's all been just been quite enjoyable tonight, really. It's not been too much chaos or carnage. Blue flag nearly ruined his own race in race 1. Nearly cost himself the win. Goykarp is still my pick for the win here. 12 seconds back. He's going well.
Steph has just set a very speedy 29.2 and has brought the gap to Zom down beneath a second.
Yeah, blue flags trumped it of a 29 flat.
There you you go.
I mean, Dylan, you're saying if you want chaos, wait until he gets the game. Dylan, the problem is I've known you for probably about a year and a half, and I know that you won't own this game until at least February 2026.
Yeah, just about. Just
So,
when GT8 comes out.
Prove me wrong, Dylan. Prove me wrong.
PlayStation 6, mate. That's where he'll be. He'll be all over it.
Now, the front six are within 4.5 seconds of one another. With the pace that Blue Flag's going, and the natural pace of Switchback, I imagine that gap will come down. Dylan's saying it's the first thing he's going to get next week when he gets paid. Well, I hope so. I hope so. Natural pace of Switchback, of course, is going to slingshot him and Blue Flag up towards the leader. And Steph is closing the gap to Zom. He's now in slipstream range. So maybe those two will scrap him. We could have a 6-way fight for the win here. In their little packs of 2. Callum in P7, going really, really well. And Zombie around the outside of Nobby Norris at the final corner. And just Mikey H is bringing himself back into the mix.
There's Jonesy.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I forgot he was still in this race.
Yeah, it's rude.
There he is.
That's Stokist. It's a bit of Stokism.
Yeah, it is, yeah, but what can you do?
Yeah, true.
You should move.
True, very true. But Zom's going to be feeling the pressure. I'm very, very impressed with Andy. He's doing really, really good stuff this week. Lennon down in P4. Again, he's driven well tonight. We're not what to expect from Lennon. Good driver. His Blue Flag's got past Switchback.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Now we've done quite a few races GT2, you start to see where the packs are, don't you?
Yeah, Blue Flag is well and truly sending this. Sorry, he's just very nearly gone off at Sheen Curve. He's tried it extremely hard.
He's well up for it.
Andy's had a half-second penalty, so he's lost a position to Lennon. And Zom's managed to get Steph out of slipstream range. So, still only lap 6 of 15. So we have about a race and a half to go of the evening's action.
What track is next week? What track is it?
Oh, I don't know. I will confirm. I shall confirm. I should probably know this. It's Road Atlanta next week.
Oh.
So, again, new track to GT7. We raced it in GT1. It's quite a short lap, but plenty of opportunities to go off, especially in the first sector. A few little twisty bits. Should be good. If the guys nail it, they should... it's kind of similar-ish to Brands in terms of the road's quite narrow. Very enjoyable track.
Just mention we've got quite a sort of vintage FTRL bit there, haven't we? Sort of Steph, Lennon, Andy, Blue Flag. That's a sort of old school FTRL grid there.
Yeah. And bear in mind, FTRL formed in 2017, I believe. 2016, possibly.
Yeah, around that.
So, yeah, 2017. So we're just coming up for 6 years. 6 whole years of FTRL. So, and these guys have been in it from pretty much then, I think. The top 5 as it is now have pretty much been in it since 2017. Obviously, Zom and Steph on and off. Lennon, Andy and Blue Flag pretty much the whole way through.
Yeah, it's vintage, mate. Vintage.
Yeah. To be fair, Goikarp's staying in touch with those ahead. Well, definitely an improvement, and if it carries on this way, obviously barring any further accidents in front of him, Goikarp will be on pole for race number 3, and hopefully,
terrifying idea.
Well, knowing Goy, he might. I really don't want him to just sort of pull over because he'd be worried about any contact, but I hope he doesn't do that because that's all part of the fun, and he's well entitled to be there. Nobby Norris won from there last week. So anything is possible. Jonesy's trying to recover up to P8 after his earlier contact with Mike, who's still down in P11. Mike needs to, if anybody's in the party with Mike at this point, I would encourage him to just focus on hitting a lap time, because he's gone from doing 29s to 30, then he's done a 36, so he's lost 6 seconds. Which would put him not far behind Callum in P7. Let's go and check in with the leaders. So Andy's dropped back into the kind of grasp of blue flag. Lennon's caught right up with Steph. Now these two have they've still got 6 or 7 laps to go. Zom's only a second up the road. Zom is gone the wrong way.
It's gone the wrong way.
It's gone the wrong way. That's not the eye. That's the Nicholas Hamilton line through turn 1.
Yep.
That's a
right in front of us.
That's a TikTok. That's an FTRL TikTok. That one. Zom has gone the wrong way.
Gone the wrong way. Yeah,
Lennon's on 28.9.
Right in front of our viewing area.
Yeah, that would have been right in front of where we were sat. This blue flag has somehow managed to drift a Group 4 front-wheel drive Suzuki. Andy working with blue flag, who, can I just clarify, and I'm going to get very close to the microphone when I say this, will not return the favour.
I love that sort of. So I sent it and got past Andy, and then Andy then went, "Oh, I'll just help you out with this straight."
Just
like,
try,
no,
just try and work
it.
Yeah, Andy will. Yeah, Andy's racing in good faith there. Blue flag, I can tell you for a fact, is guttering off the side of his head's probably dripping already.
Guttering.
Yeah.
Has he had it installed? Is he?
Yeah, he's got a bit of tarpaulin on the floor to soak up any water that. And I can tell you for a fact that Andy's sitting there with such good intentions, and blue flag is sitting there in his head, not saying anything, just making all these weird grunting noises, with no intention of having any form of goodwill gesture back towards Andy in this race. So, yeah. Lennon is your new race leader. Zom.
Yeah, in other news, Lennon's set a 28.9, which is the fastest lap we've seen so far from GT2.
Yeah, fast lap of the evening. I don't see.
Impressive.
I feel like it's probably harsh to say that Zom's completely fucked it, but I feel like it's accurate.
No, he has, and he's now picked up a penalty for his efforts, so that's not going to help him at all. That is going to allow him to slip further back from the fastest man in GT2.
Yeah.
So, sorry, one of the fastest drivers in FTRL.
Yeah, thank you. I said well
Only
corrected.
a couple of attempts off Pagani. So it's not going to help his quest for that one. Not that he'd get close to him, but it's not going to help.
I feel like I think Zach's carrying a bit more weight on his car than the rest of them, just to make it a bit more fair.
Yeah.
I think a bit more ballast on the car and everything.
Picked up a penalty there just to ease things out as well.
Yeah, of course, just to
respectable.
Yeah. He doesn't want to seem too much of a cheat code, does he?
No.
Yeah, Ross had just come in the chat and said that tactical from Andy to allow blue flag to go through to just chase them the leaders and just absolutely kill them at the end of the race to let Andy come through and win, which, to be honest, is not a far-fetched idea.
I'll be honest,
see it
I've
happening.
done that before in FTRL, not with Sai specifically, just with certain drivers. You think, well, if I just let you go here and have a go,
yeah,
you'll call something. So, and you know what? It works. It does work.
It's almost
More
like when you used to
in F1.
Yeah, like in F1 we used to sort of have that sort of Grosjean go through.
Yeah.
Just, you know, not that he was faster than people on many occasions, but when he was, you just knew that something would come your way.
And the beauty of F1 is one little tag and 4 front rings are broken. So, yeah, it was always a good strategy.
Yeah. But Lennon and Steph still going strong.
So Jones has recovered to 7th now, so that's not too bad.
Blue flag's looking quick. I think if you're Andy, you just want to try and get back within slipstream with these front runners. But these are definitely going to bunch. This would be now a genuine 4-way fight for the race win. Do not rule Andy out of this, because these are going to bunch, and they're going to bunch quickly.
Ooh, that's a snap. Ty gets a bit of a snap for
Yeah, he said, I would hate, but also love to just hear the noises going on right there in that party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Switchback can see the race win. He's decided to put his foot down. Poor old Zom in P6. He was driving really, really well. To be fair to him, he's he's a good. He's alright. I've just been laughing at the chat because Ross has put a message in here. Just said switchback might go for the aggressive two-stop strategy in race 3.
Pagani's then said, so if that's the case, I'm either 4th fastest in GT2.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, just about, mate. Lee said that he's probably still putting his tent up.
Oh, Jonesy's dipped a wheel in the gravel. Yeah.
Yeah, probably he's still putting his tent.
Yeah, for reference, so onto the podium, or Connor, or OTP as you might see him, or other names that will probably get me done on stream. Bought the world's biggest tent with him to our Brands Hatch camping weekend, and Mike went over to help him, and they genuinely did look like father and son. Like, and I'm not joking at all. Like, they genuinely looked like father and son. So we all just sat there and watched him, and it was almost like a bonding moment, watching like a dad and his son, that they kind of have a bit of a rocky relationship, trying to mend that over some tent building.
Unfortunately, the tent proved not to be entirely waterproof.
No, it wasn't waterproof at all. It was
no, it was just flooded when we came back from the track. So he just slept in his tiny Ford KA.
Yeah. And then he woke up in the following morning to having a speaker on the car playing the famous song by Electric Six called Gay Bar.
Yeah. So, and then after that lovely awakening, having probably slept fantastically in his tiny car, he then had to go and pack this ginormous tent back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he had a good weekend actually.
Oh, Hijacked Gaming's in the chat. There's a name we haven't seen for a while.
Hello.
Good evening, mate. How are you? Lee Cole's greeted him, but he's not called him by first name, so Lee obviously doesn't know.
No.
So, just if you can please tell Lee your first name, just because he has to make it known to the group that he's on first name basis with people. He will exaggerate that point, won't you, Lee?
Anyway, in the racing news, we've got Sai still chasing down Steph. 2 tenths the gap now, and he's dropped back a little bit from this, 2 seconds back, so it looks like it's probably between the front 3 now. As Lennon does have a nice little buffer actually, 1.5 seconds. So he'll be hoping that Sai stays behind Steph for the next couple of laps.
Well, I've just been called Fat Lard from Lee Cole, which has not pleased me at all.
Oh, that's harsh.
It is. It is. Not pleased about that.
Sorry, there's a Unsay's probably coming my favourite comment of the night. Hi Jack, has gone, my first name is very complicated, and Unsay's gone straight in with hello, very complicated. Which I enjoy that.
Well, his name is Jack. It's in his name.
Yeah, no, it's just
blue flag up the inside of Prototype Steph. Penultimate lap of the race. We probably need to focus more on the racing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'd say so. Lennon looks like he's running away with this, but blue flag up the inside of Prototype Steph. Good recovery drive from his earlier little wobble we had going down to P9. But if Steph can keep him honest here, and he might be in with a sniff of a podium. But nevertheless, some good results. Bradley is racing here, but he's not racing here. He's actually absent this week. And this Bradley is actually Goy Karp, as you may know him, who's just kind of mirrored his gamer tag. So, yes and no. Zombie down in P11, Nobby Norris in P10 with Mikey in P8. Closing down Callum, who's had a really solid drive in P8. Jonesy on his own in P7. Zom kind of on his own in P6, have switched back a few seconds up the road. And then you've got this battle for the front 4. But yeah, Lennon is looking pretty solid. He's got just under 2 seconds. Down to the final lap of the race. He's not got to do a very fast lap at all. Just bring the car home.
Yeah, 28.9. It's very fast round here actually.
It is.
That sort of car. Very good lap.
I think the last time the GT1 boys raced around here, I think it was mid to low 28s possibly in the Group 4s. So, but I think that might have been on the old game, or well, obviously in slightly different cars as well. But for these cars, that's a very solid lap time. The gap 1.3, so blue flag's reining him in, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Prototype Steph in third, Andy in fourth. No changes to the rest of the field. Always Zombie and Goikart battling for P11. Final lap of the race.
That's the battle I really want to watch.
Lennon's going around Sheen Curve for the final time. Blue flag has sent it around Sheen Curve and lost time. But one more corner to navigate. Pagani saying that the last time we raced here was on GT Sports, a different game. Pole was in a Subaru, and it was a 28.3 in that, which was a four-wheel drive car. But Lennon's going to come over, take his first win of the season. Blue flag, good recovery drive to P2. Prototype Steph in P3, Andy in P4. Switchback coming home in P5. Many things going wrong. Hampered his race there. Otherwise he would have won. P6 for Zom.
Yeah.
Jonesy P7. Callum, very good P8. Potential best result of the season.
Yeah, I think so. That's about right.
Mikey in P9. Nobby Norris command for P10. And Goy Carper's got past Zombie with a corner to go. Is he going to hold on? He is.
Oh.
I heard some squeals.
Yeah, I was very concerned
I think that was Nobby.
Goy
But
then.
Goy Carp has beaten Nobby Norris. Not Nobby Norris, has beaten Zombie. There we go.
So we put in Joker and Dusty at the back. Since they joined for this race.
Oh, I
Can't put them
don't.
at the front, can we?
No, that is probably true. Let me just. I shall ask. Admins, for those that are watching, are we? Is that fair? Are we doing that? I'm not really. Honestly, we haven't had this discussion, so I'm not sure what the rule is for that. Right.
5 different winners from 5 races. Thank you, Lee, for the stat update.
Yeah. Although I'm still angry with you for your comment. We'll wait
Pagani
for.
has said at the back.
Put them at the back. Okay, no problem. Start them at the back. Okay, that's the rule. Got to be at the back. Okay, no problemo. Ask for. I couldn't remember the rule with joining late. Here we go. They've joined. Right. Okay, right. Starting grid for the final time. So it's going to be a full reverse grid. Who was here first? Dusty Fossil was here first, wasn't he? So we can go ahead of Joker. Right. So Zombie is going to be on pole position. Goykarp's going to be in P2. Who was 10th? Nobby Norris.
Nobby Norris, yeah. Then you've got Mikey. Callum.
Yeah.
Jonesy.
Mikey Callum. Yep.
Jonesy.
Yep.
Zom.
Yep.
Switchback.
Yep.
Andy.
Andy, Steph,
Yeah.
Blue Flag, Lennon, Dusty Fossil, and Joker. And Jonesy has left the room. Let me just get an update for Jonesy. Bear with me a moment.
It's a bold strategy. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Yeah. Right, so Jonesy should be rejoining. He just had an issue with his internet cable, so he shan't be long. Well, this race last week threw up a bit of a storm. Like I said, Nobby Norris got his first ever win in FTRL. So, yeah, we could see a big surprise result in the final race. Everyone get your tips in. Let us know who you think. Let us know who you think. In the meantime, I'm going to quickly grab a beverage. Bear with me just a moment as we wait for Jonesy. Jonesy, if you can hear me, hurry up. Okay, Jonesy has returned. Oh. Starting grid. Right, we are all good to go. So this one should be have a bit more bite to it, this. I'm just going to send out a gentle reminder to the group. A little bit of a gentle reminder, asking everybody to just chill, no big punts, no big sends, just go for the move when it's there. You ready, Will?
Always.
Let's go. Oh, I don't know who's going to win. I've got a... I don't want to...
Jonesy?
I don't want to jinx this person, but I think Zom might win this.
Fair enough.
Here we go. 18 people in the stream. Please do give it a like for us. Final time I'll ask. I'll probably ask one more time, but we'll see. As we get ready to go racing. 15 laps for the final time at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. Round number 6 of the championship. We are lights out and away we go. Oh, Zombie's not got off the line too well. Goykarp stormed into the lead. Last time this happened, he drove into a wall.
Oh, there's a big snap in the background as Cal gets very fruity on the inside of turn 1.
Zom, big send into the side of Jonesy. It's aggressive. It's very aggressive. It's bumpy.
Steph punts him back and then is punted by Zach in response.
There we go. This is why we try to reiterate the point. Everyone try and be as careful as you can. Difficult on this type of track. This Goykarp runs wide. Nobby Norris. He's going to come through and take the race lead.
Here he goes
he's
again.
ushered Goy out of the way, I think. I could be wrong.
It's the race-free maestro himself.
Yeah. And Mikey's up into second.
Yeah, the seas have parted for him. Let's see how he plays it. Behind that, we've got an absolute mess. With
all Zombies run wide.
Just everyone else, really.
Jones is up to P3. Steph's already up to P4. Great start from Steph. Switch back in P6. He's just not been able to get a clean run. Jokes aside, he's had a nice run past Zombie there, but he's not had a chance to have a good run at the field in this race in these races this evening.
Yeah,
he's kind of always been scrapping.
Still in 13.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just about being patient. You don't want to ruin other people's races trying too hard to get through the field. So respect and all that jazz. Joker's up to P10. He's going to try and cut back down inside of Zom. Yeah, textbook move. He's going to be there. Good driver is Joker. Enjoyed watching him race last week. Oh, I think he's been punted by Dusty Fossil. I think I could be wrong, but I think that was a hell of a punt. I could be wrong there. If it is, I apologise, but it looked it by the flicker of my screen.
Jonesy's under a lot of pressure from Steffi.
So this is why it's a good opportunity for Nobby and Mike to run as fast as you can.
Yeah, we've seen that Steph's pace is right up there from the last couple of races, so
Yeah, absolutely.
we know he's in a very strong place at the minute.
Now, if you're Mike, if anyone's there with Mike, calm him down, tell him to just follow Nobby and do what, and and wait. Don't worry too much about what's behind him. We want Mikey to do well. Andy's gone well up to P7. There's a little group of cars of Steph and Lennon and Andy and whatnot have all been very close all evening. Mikey just under 3/10 away from the race lead. Fastest lap of the race. The party show's got 10 people in it tonight apparently, staying well out of it.
Switch back on Lennon side by side.
Oh, Nobby's run deep. Mikey had a good run, but he had to lift. Now, if Mike can get himself past, he might have the opportunity to run. Oh, it's a bit scrappy. Jonesy's still defending from Steph. If you're the front two, you're happy that Jonesy's there, because Jonesy will defend and defend in all his might, as Mike might be about to take the race lead. Nobby's going to have the defensive line. Mike needs to be brave here, because he could get this done.
It's not quite alongside him, so you have to send it a little bit.
Yeah, might have a little bit of a cutback. There we go. Inside line for the next corner. Oh, Nobby's going to run wide. Oh, Mike didn't have enough oomph in his move there.
Shame that was a very well crafted move.
It was. I think he just got a bit nervous on the old throttles. Oh, I think Jonesy gave him a bit of a tap, or might just run wide on his own. And unfortunately, here come the cavalry. Oh, they're all there. Here we go. This is going to be juicy.
Very juicy. 4 cars into turn 1. Oh, there's a Lennon out of nowhere.
Yeah, there should be a penalty for Lennon, I think. Switch back up the inside. Picked up a penalty. Yeah, Mike. I mean, the thing is, it was good that Mike recognised that was the sort of move he needed to make. It was just needed to commit a tad more to get that done. But Lennon's going to capitalise on him now, and so is Andy, I think. Oh, Mikey's run wide. He's going to cut back across. Is it Joker? Oh no, the Mikey meltdown is happening. Get his head together. Oh, I think Joker's just got a harsh penalty for being hit by Mike.
That's on. Yeah, that's a harsh one. That one. There we go.
Steph has got the luxury of being defended against by Jonesy in this race. And Andy's there as well. Joined. Andy's now going to get past switchback once this penalty gets served in a second, and that means Lennon's going to also be right there as well, I think. So Andy's going to go through. And Lennon's going to go through, and switchback is going to go down to P6, I think.
No, he's sort of. He's
all
alright.
Himself there.
Yeah, he's okay. Still there.
Number 5, Nobby. That's deep. That's deep from Nobby. Oh, he's held it, but
Lennon very nearly just punted.
Oh, Steph with a big lunge. He's waited. To be fair to him. To be fair, I think Jonesy cut across a bit there. Probably a bit early. I think that maybe a bit cheeky from Jonesy. Maybe that's just me that thinks that, but fair play to Steph for waiting on that, but as much as it was a bit late from Steph, I think that was also a bit naughty from Jonesy. I could be wrong, but
Mikey's gone wide. He's going to allow blue flag through.
Blue flag still got 2/3 of the race to go, so he's setting himself up for some good points. He's had a win and a second.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Mikey's defended the position.
Yeah. Callum's not had the best race in this one.
No, not this one.
Joe Burns is in the chat. Oh
What?
my god.
Joe
Good
Burns.
evening, Mr. Burns. Look at this train. A wonderful gaggle of cars. Good word, gaggle. And Jones is now on the attack. And Steph has dropped back somewhere. Everyone's happy to see the Burns. No one more so than Pagani.
Hello, Mr. Burns.
Hello, Burns. FTRL legend is Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
Although he's probably incredibly angry that we've said that. Everyone loves Mr. Joe Burns. Oh, and he's gone deep into Druids. But going well on P3, fastest first sector of anyone so far.
Pagani's already trying to get him to come back to GT2.
Yep. There is 4.6 seconds between first and 11th.
Very tight. Jonesy's got past Nobby Norris, so he takes the race lead.
And he's also looking to get past Nobby Norris.
Oh, there's someone off in the background
Switch
there.
back.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mr. Goykarp is indicating for every corner.
Indicating.
Yep.
That is respectful, actually.
And, I mean, all he's doing is putting his hazards on.
Yeah, he is. He is, yeah.
Nobby Norris is round.
Oh. Didn't see it. Didn't know if it was an assisted spin or just a spin.
Oh, it's a shame. I was watching him as well, but I got the idea of Goykarp indicating was too exciting for me. Switch backs off again.
Topics here. Oh, no, his head's
shit.
gone.
He's shit. Sorry.
His head's.
Sorry. I'd like to apologise for that.
Just a bit harsh.
I'd like to apologise for that. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's happened. Oh, who's that? Mike's off.
Yeah, it's, everyone's losing their head a little bit here in race 3. Including the commentator.
Yeah, including me. Yeah, that's a bad one. That just slipped out. I'm sorry.
Please, devastated with your comment there, Aaron.
Well, to be fair, he can go away. He called me fat lard, so I'm genuinely annoyed with him for that. So leave me alone. And he's got a half-second penalty, and he's looking racy, and that's going to put Steph in front of him as well.
Yeah, I didn't see when he got that, but there we go. Shame he was just setting a purple lap as well.
Yeah, he's very, very close. Is he able to keep Steph at bay? I don't think he is. But that's alright, he's had good pace though. And Steph's run wide, switch back from Andy. Lennon might give him a little nudge through. Yes, he will. So Andy back up into second. Can Lennon get past Steph?
It's a very nice little move from Lennon there. Kept it tidy.
And Joker's come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This is a high quality pack of cars.
It is.
And then there's blue flag keeping tabs with them. Oh, Lennon, Steph. There was some contact. Someone slid and I panicked. I was pulling a kitten hair.
Joker's off in the background.
Whoa, that's
there he is.
Interesting line. Was that assisted or?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Apparently, the other half of Mr. Goykarp down in P12 has his missus has given him some advice and said, you need to drive faster.
Good advice, that.
Yep.
As Zom sended on Joker.
The wife of Michael Owen, Vanessa Owen. Oh, Mikey's... Why? Right, why is Mike there? What's happened? He's 13th.
Yeah, he's done a 1:43 lap last time out.
It's not far off pole. Yep, Goy's in front of Mikey.
Yeah. I rate that.
And Andy is on the hunt. He has his target locked. Blue flag going for the move on Steph into Druids. Oh, it's close.
I'd watch out up there, Steph.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous spot. Flash the lights from Steph.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's because he's racing on pad or he's unhappy with the move from Blue flag.
No, well, I don't know. He keeps doing it, so we'll see.
Oh, Jonesy with a wiggle. I know Andy's. I don't know why I put a H on there, but Andy's coming.
It's the Dutch pronunciation.
Yeah, wiggle. Yeah. Andy's miffed after some contact.
Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a lot of contact everywhere, to be fair. So
yeah,
there was kind of one of those things.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're going to get that. I can hear my cat screaming at something in the background, so apologies if you can pick that up. Jonesy always... Andy's looking very racy.
He is. It's Lennon and Blue Flag. Oh, that's a very ambitious dive.
What happened? I missed that.
Just through that penultimate corner there. So I just sort of put half a nose in. It's definitely not an overtaken corner.
Right. Well, if Lennon's got any decency about him, he'll just try and defend this and try and let Andy fight for the win. Not that I'm picking sides, you know, as a long-term friend and former sharer of a steak dinner with Andy.
Apparently, Goy is currently negotiating with Cal for position.
That's fair enough. I wonder, can they please keep us informed as to what's part of the negotiations? If it helps, Callum does collect match attacks cards.
Yeah.
If they can be involved in any way. And Goy Carp does have a green armchair. So
you're just naming random things you know about Goy Carp.
Yeah. Do you know the worst thing is this was really supposed to be a professional stream tonight.
Again, it starts off alright. And it gets sort of progressively less professional as we go, really.
But listen, it's authentic. Everyone, they know that's before they don't know what they're going to get from us. And I feel like people enjoy that.
Yeah, it just keeps on their edge. On their edge.
No. Dana White's in the chat.
This is such a weird stream.
No, that is the partner of Mr. Carp, but I've gone with it's probably... Apologies if that was offensive. I know it's you, Vanessa. You saucy minx. Stop giggling, you.
It's a professional stream. You just called someone a saucy minx.
Oh, well, everyone's enjoying himself. And he's still hunting Jonesy down for the win. Shouldn't he be driving? No, I'd drive in the fast division.
Yeah.
Drop the mic. Boom. Speaking of Mike, he has dropped all the way down to P14.
There we go.
Look at that transition. Look at that transition. Brilliant. Oh, dirty from Mike. He's pushed Goy out wide.
This is the battle we actually want to watch.
This is really the battle we all want to see. Oh, I think Goy went for a switch back on a bit of road that wasn't there. Don't give up faith, Goy. Callum down in P12, switch back in P11, not going well. Zombies had a really good solid debut week, I think.
He has. Up front, Andy is now closed up to Joe. Oh, hang on, never mind. He's in the gravel.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
Andy. I'm sorry, mate. I'll take full responsibility for that.
What happened?
He just lost it, I think.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
all gone wrong.
Oh, his contact. I mean, to be fair to Andy, he has waited. I think
Yeah.
Andy. I mean, he had to rejoin somewhere, and I think there was a bit of a gap there. I don't know. I don't want to point any fingers anywhere. It was probably an unsafe rejoin, but I mean, it wasn't that unsafe.
Side goes up the inside.
Yeah. Oh, Andy. Jonesy could be on his way for a win. Blue flag and Lennon. They're going at it. Prototype Steph is 2.5 back, but with his pace he's shown tonight, there's no reason why he won't get himself right back in the mix. Dusty Fossil not too far back. It's been a good drive from him from the back of the grid. Zom in P6. He's gone purple, but he's also gone off the track.
Yep, he has. That sort of flowed really nicely, that little line there, didn't it?
It did. It went well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ah, I'm so gutted for Andy.
I know.
It
He
will
was having
come.
a brilliant race.
Nobby Norris in P9. Switchback and Zombie going side by side up into Hawthorns. Oh, a bit kick up of some dirt. Oh, dirty move from Switchback contact.
It's an interesting livery, that, from Zombie.
Yep.
Bright purple wheels.
Well, Goy's got back past ahead of Mike, and Goy's gone off track.
Do you know what? He's kept good speed, though.
He has. I was concerned he might go off at the next one as well, because he's got grass on his tyres.
He's okay.
Jonesy
has brought that gap down to 1.1 seconds up front.
Yeah,
He might get a little fight for the lead.
Yeah, 2.5 laps to go. Steph going strong. Dusty Fossil going strong. Zom has slipped up somewhere and ended up behind Joker, who again has recovered well to P6. I think other than the slide earlier on and obviously the contact with Andy might have been there with old Dusty Fossil. However, I don't know how close he would have been to those front few. It might have been relatively close, but
this is going to get tight towards the end here.
It is.
So he's closing.
Now, Jonesy is a stern bugger, is Jonesy.
He's closing.
He is closing.
There we go. 2 temps.
It's very, very close. 2 laps to go for the final race of the week in GT2. Goykarp encouraged by his partner's presence. Oh, blue flag going up the inside. He doesn't hit the second invitation. Dive bomb. There we go.
For the switchback, but there's no room.
And now we're going to get to watch 2 defensive drivers try and go for a race win. This will be funny. Well, SPY's enjoyed the use of a phrase, a stern bugger. Who said? Is that me? Did I say that?
Yeah, that was you, yeah.
Who was that about? I forgot.
I can't remember, mate. I think it was
know.
Jonesy.
Jonesy, yeah, stern. Raheem Sterning. Ah, I shouldn't do that.
Lennon's gone up the inside of Jonesy.
Oh, Jonesy's off.
I don't think Lennon made contact, but he's letting back anyway, so fair play. Hashtag Twixgate.
Yeah. Jonesy slipped out the side of the box. Oh, he's done it again. He's kept it planted.
He slips out the...
Yeah.
And he's managed to lose
vegan.
4 positions in 1 lap.
Planted. Other options are available.
Yeah, absolutely. Best of both worlds, yeah. Yeah.
And blue flag. Oh, he's in the gravel.
Oof.
Oh, someone tell him to put me to boring.
Lennon and Steph together once again. actually quite adorable at this point.
Yeah, it's quite sweet, isn't it?
Looking back, then Nobby's in 9th, which actually is still pretty decent for him.
Yeah.
Zach's down in 10th. Tough, really. Without those little errors, he would have been right up in first, as always. Mikey and Goy going at it, though.
We're still going strong. Bit of air time.
Yes. Side by side.
I feel like this is maybe a bit rehearsed. I don't know. Goy's still he's got his hazards on.
Dope.
It's an interesting line from Goy through turn 1.
I think Mikey might have just bought his way past Goy there, as Goy was saying he was negotiating.
Yeah.
He might have accepted KFC. And
Lennon and Steph. As much as I want to watch that battle at the back, this is fruity, to say the least. Blue flag coming up towards the final corner for the last time. It's going to be 2 race wins and a P2 on his first week in GT2. Some may say he's too quick for GT2. I'm inclined to agree, but we would also see many errors from Blue Flag for the rest of the season. Lennon in P2 finishes ahead of Prototype Steph. Good racing from those two all night. Jonesy in P4. Dusty Fossil and Joker have driven well from the back of the grid. Zom comes home in P7. Andy an unfortunate P8, but still some good points. Like I said, teething issues first season. I don't know what happened, whether there was contact or not. Nobby Norris in P9 beat Switchback to it. Zombie rounds off a good solid week, P11. Callum in P12. And then Mike versus Goy going into the final corner.
Apparently Mike has offered to buy Goy a pack on favour.
Yep.
That's fair enough.
Goy's actually had quite a nice run at the final corner. And Mikey beats Goy. There we go. Wow, what an evening that was.
Great evening of entertainment.
Yeah, Blue Flag up 10 positions. Driver of the day, who are you going to go for today?
Overall, I'm going to go Lennon.
I'm going to go Switchback just because he's the fastest on the grid.
Oh yeah, fair enough. But what if you had to pick like an underdog? You know, like a surprise driver of the day that isn't Switchback?
Yeah, and for the rest of the noobs, I'd probably... I mean, it's hard to look past Blue Flag after his drive. We kind of half expected it, but yeah, Lennon drove well. Steph drove really well, actually. I was very impressed with Steph. Andy, I was really impressed with as well. I think had he have held on to a podium or potential race win, I probably would have done that. Callum in race 2 was superb as well, but I think I'm going to have to be boring and say Blue Flag. 2 race wins and a P2. It's very solid. Same top 3 for every race, I believe. Yeah. A statement of intent. But next week, we've got 4 weeks to go. We've got Road Atlanta next week, which definitely will be interesting to watch. There's a lot of corners that will be very difficult for these guys to navigate. And also, they will not be able to go too wide for a lot of those corners. So, yeah. That'll be an interesting watch indeed. But thank you very much for joining me tonight, Will. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
It's been great.
It has been great. Hey, prototype Steph pun. But no, please come and join us tomorrow night for GT1 for Nürburgring. It should be incredibly close. Let's hope so anyway. Hopefully we can find a lead commentator. Switchback is working. Bread also is unwell, so if anybody does want to take the reins and do that for us tomorrow night, that would be so much appreciated. Having live commentary at this stage is incredibly important to us for reasons that will become clear very soon. If anybody can take the time just for tomorrow evening while Switchback is working, yes, please do give me a shout. But thanks all for watching. Please do like the stream. I'll say it one last time. Well done to the winners. Well done to all the drivers. And thank you for engaging in the chat. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.